Hello there. This is John Mondelli, the voice of
Lou in Brawl Stars.
How's it going, everybody? I want to talk a little bit today about Lou's voice, the inspiration and how the effect is done, or at least how I assume it's done, because I didn't do the effect myself. So, Lou, he is an old-timey snow cone machine mascot. Characters they said for inspiration as far as the type of character he is were things like the Pillsbury Doughboy, Big Boy, or the Michelin Tire Man, or Lard Lad from Lard Lad Donuts in The Simpsons. But he's a very old-fashioned food mascot type character. And the biggest help that they gave in helping me figure out the tone was referencing Gideon Gleeful from Gravity Falls. He's a short guy. He's got a very high-pitched voice, and he's Southern. They wanted me to have a little bit of a Southern twang. It's not super strong, but there's a little bit in there with, like, in the words cone, they wanted cown, the cown zone, and obviously saying things like y'all.
Y'all be loving the sour apples flavor.
So I based the voice at first on trying to sound like Gideon, but I didn't want it to sound identical, so I just kind of went in that direction. And I do want to say I've been doing voiceover now for quite a while, and I've gotten to the point where I can kind of get a sense of if I think I'm right for a role or not. Just if it's in my wheelhouse. There are times where I'll look at an audition and be like, this is just not, I'm not the right person for this. I could try it, but I think there's somebody that could do that better. And then there's jobs that come along and I'm like, this is exactly right up my alley. This is my kind of thing. And I remember auditioning for Lou, and I could tell right away, this feels like something that I'm very confident in that I could probably do. So I recorded the voice and sent the audition off. They liked it, immediately got back to me and said, yeah, we want to work with you, and went from there. But yeah, the original recording files that I sent them were just my unaltered voice. They pitch it up just a little bit. It's very slight. It's barely noticeable, but it is there. And they also added a robotic effect. So I want to show you a recording and a sample of how I recreate that effect using Adobe Audition. So let's switch over real quick to Adobe Audition. Here we go. This is the software that I use to record, and yes, this is a very outdated version of Audition for anyone that has the current Adobe Creative Cloud. I'm using the same version that I got years ago. I just haven't upgraded to a new Adobe account. So I'm still using this really old software. It's at least a decade old, but it still works. So that's what I'm using for now. Anyway, let me record a couple of lines and then I'll show you what I do to recreate the tone. And if you want to try, you can try adding these same effects. And so feel free, if you want to do impressions of Lou, to try doing this. All right, so let me record a couple lines.
I'm in the cone zone. Uncle Lou is here for you. Y'all be loving the sour apples flavor. Blueberry twirl, raspberry crush, mango tango.
That's enough. Okay, so right now what I have recorded is exactly what you just heard.
I'm in the cone zone. Uncle Lou is here for you.
You get the idea. So the first thing I do is I pitch it up. And after listening closely to Lou's voice files from the game and messing with the pitch enough, as far as I can tell, they pitch the voice up by 2 semitones. So if I go into effects, stretch is under time and pitch, stretch and pitch. It may be different in the newer version. I don't have the newer version of Audition, but the effect should still be there. I don't adjust the stretch at all. Stretch adjusts the time. I leave the time exactly the same, so it's not any faster or slower. But the pitch, you can see I bring up by 2 semitones, and that just makes it just a little higher pitched. It's not even that unnatural or that drastically different, but I can tell this is the kind of effect they applied. So to authentically sound like Lou, I always bump up the audio by 2 semitones, and that brings the pitch up like this.
I'm in the cone zone. Uncle Lou is here for you. Y'all be loving the sour apples flavor. Blueberry twirl, raspberry crush, mango tango.
So it's closer. It's not there yet. That was something that they even told me when we were doing the recording process, that that there's a chance they may apply some kind of a robot effect, since Lou is obviously a snow cone machine robot character. So they wanted him to kind of sound metallic and kind of robotic. I've done effects similar to that on other things. I don't know exactly what they used, but I could tell it sounded like some sort of a chorus effect. And so I applied a chorus effect and just tweaked the settings until it sounded pretty close. So let me go into, I think it's under modulation, chorus. And this is the custom setting that I did. You can, if you wanted to copy these settings exactly, you could always do that and apply it. So you can see the delay time is 8.4, delay rate 0.1, feedback 0, spread 27.7, modulation depth 5.4, modulation rate 7.4. And this highest quality box is checked because obviously you want the audio quality to be as high as possible. Over here on the side too, stereo width is at 40%. The output level, the dry versus wet. Dry is unprocessed, wet is with the effect. So how much of the effect do you want in there? The settings that I have are 69.2% for the dry and 34.5% for the wet. Okay, so now you can see those are all the effects that I did. Let me apply that, and now Lou has come to life.
I'm in the cone zone. Uncle Lou is here for you. Y'all be loving the sour apples flavor. Blueberry twirl, raspberry crush, mango tango.
And that's it. That is how I recreate the voice effects for Lou when I do my videos. And so, if I take requests, if you guys want me to try and say any famous quotes or other funny things in Lou's voice, those are the effects I apply to make it sound as close to Lou as possible. Obviously, I am the voice of Lou, but just like in a lot of cartoons and games, sometimes effects are applied to give a character a certain personality. Even in Looney Tunes, characters like Tweety Bird, Tweety is a pitched up version of Mel Blanc's voice. So, yeah, for anyone that knows who Mel Blanc is, if you're into voiceover, I'm sure you know who Mel Blanc is. I'm a big voiceover fan and love voice actors. So, yeah, I spout off names all the time of some of my favorite voice actors, like James Arnold Taylor or Jim Cummings or John DiMaggio, Maurice LaMarche, Rob Paulson, Tress McNeil. I could probably go on and on and on, and I don't think I need to right now because that's not what you're here for right now. But anyway, that's just a little bit of a look into Lou's voice, how it came about, and the kind of effects that are applied to create it. So anyway, thanks so much for watching this. If you have any questions or suggestions for things, whether it's videos on Lou or on my Clash Royale voices like the Electro Wizard or the Barbarian, characters, other characters that I've done. I've also been in the game Metro Exodus, not as a voice actor, but as a singer. My song is in the game. Dust and Elysian Tale, A Hat in Time, and lots of other little things. I also did the voice of Chuck E. Cheese in Dubai. I can tell a story about that if you're interested in that. Anyway, let me know what kind of stuff you'd like to hear or like me to feature on the channel. It's really exciting to see more subscribers now that I've done Brawl Stars and you know, found a new audience through that. I mean, I've been working as a voice actor for years now, but it's cool to finally get a good amount of feedback, you know. So thank you all for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I'll be posting more videos on voice acting and my Brawl Stars work, my Clash Royale work, and other games and movies and cartoons and stuff I've done. You know, I was in Adam Ruins Everything. I don't know. I don't need to sit here and go through my whole resume, but I'm trying to think if there's anything else to mention that you might want to hear more about. Anyway, I guess that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. Like, subscribe. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate it. And until next time, I will see you later.